Have you just started up a YouTube channel? Do you want to have a clear communication from various video audio apps such as Skype or Zoom? Or do you do live video streaming? For all these applications, you need a condenser microphone. In this video, I would introduce you to Maono AU-PM422 Condenser Microphone. In a nutshell, a condenser microphone has a higher frequency range, best transient response, higher sensitivity, lower noise, more detailed and superior sound quality compared to a dynamic microphone. Condenser microphones are best for studios for recording vocals and acoustic instruments. On the other hand, it should be avoided when working with high sound pressures such as that produced by electric guitar and kick drums. I personally use Maono condenser microphone for recording YouTube tutorials. Prior to using Maono, I was using Blue Yeti for my indoor recordings. Hence, I would test the recordings from both the microphones. So let's first start by unboxing the microphone. Windscreen cap. It feels a good quality material and it will protect you from any winds. User manual. It has a lot of diagrams inside and some instructions of how to install it. And we have also a pop filter. Pop filter is used for reducing popping sounds or plosives such as P, B, T, K, G, D. Without using pop filter, you might sound as if you are spitting into the microphone. It is a very useful accessory for indoor recordings or studios. Please stay till the end of this video as I would be testing this microphone in depth after unboxing and installing it. You can see here by just buying one microphone how many accessories you get included. It feels sturdy in the hand. The mesh is made up of iron and the body is of aluminum alloy. Pop filter is long and flexible. Boom arm is made up of zinc alloy. It has 2 axes swivel for accurate positioning. 2.5 meters A to B USB cable. Good depth table clamp. Having a shock mount is important for observing any noise due to the vibration. Now it's time to install it. Unscrew the clamp so that it would have enough depth. Put it at the edge of your desk and make sure its surface is touching flat both from the top and bottom, and tighten it until it is secured. At one end of the boom there is a rod. Insert it into the clamp. Tighten the screw to hold the boom securely. Now put the shock mount to the other end of the boom and rotate it to make it secure. Now put the windscreen cap onto the mic. Insert the mic from the top and turn the screw from the bottom to tighten it. Unscrew the clamp on pop filter and screw it to the arm. You can adjust the flexible. Connect the USB-B to the bottom of the mic. Connect the USB-A to your computer. So after connecting the cable to your computer, you need to go to the start and type in sound, and then you should click on sound settings. In here you can select the input and make sure USB 2 microphone is selected as input. As you can see, I have got 3 microphones that are connected to my computer. When you have this selected, then go and click on device properties. In the device properties, make sure it's called microphone and then click on additional device properties in here. Then click on the levels tab and make sure the microphone level is set to maximum. And if you go to the advanced tab, you can set the default format. By default, it is 2-channel 24-bit 48 kilohertz, which gives you a studio quality. And if I click here, you can see the various different quality to set this microphone to. So 24-bit is quite a good bit depth, and 48 kilohertz is good for recording vocals, but if you want to enhance the recording, you can go with 96 kilohertz or 192 kilohertz, which is the maximum sampling rate that's available in the market. If you select 24-bit and 192 kilohertz, you get a very high resolution audio, but that's a bit over the top for just recording your vocals. But if you're recording an orchestra, for example, this would be a good option. So I will go somewhere in middle and I will select 96, but you can play around and see whether you notice any difference. Once you select, click on apply, then click on OK. Now if I click on back, and now if I change my input to, let's say, Blue Yeti, and then click on device properties, and then click on additional device properties, and if I go to advanced tab, you can quickly see that the default format for Blue Yeti is 2-channel 16-bit, not 24 but 16-bit, 48 kilohertz, and it is not a studio quality but a DVD quality, and we have only 2 options, and this is the maximum quality that's available for bit depth and sampling rate for Blue Yeti. So you can already see that Maono outperforms Blue Yeti by a big margin in terms of sampling rate and bit depth. Just don't forget to change your input back to Maono. As you can see, the installation is complete and now we can start recording. As you can notice, I got the pop filter on, but I didn't put the windscreen because this is indoor, there is no wind noise. So the pop filter is flexible, you can move it like that, so that it will be visible for you guys to see the functions that it has on the microphone. So this microphone is really simple. On the top we got the mute button. All you need to do is to touch it. It's a touch screen type, so there is no big bulky button that you have to press. You just touch it softly and it turns on and off. This is useful because if it be a bulky button, that on itself could create some noise. As you can see now it's red and it is muted. Bear in mind, when you mute it, the recording with any software that you use would still continue, but it would not record your voice. Or you're talking on Skype, the other person wouldn't be able to hear you when you turn it into red. The next most important feature is the mic gain. It's simply a knob which you can increase and decrease the gain of the microphone. If your studio or your room doesn't have a lot of noise, you can have this mic gain to the maximum. In this way, if you put the mic gain to the maximum, it will be more sensitive to any sounds coming towards it. But if your studio or your room is a bit more noisy, I would suggest you to adjust it to a bit in the middle or wherever where it will capture the minimum noise and it will capture more of what you're talking to the mic. Connecting the headphone to this microphone is really simple. In the front of the microphone, it has got a 3.5mm audio jack. So just put your microphone there, and then with a 0 latency, you could hear your voice when you're talking. If you're not straight, use the boom arm to adjust its height. You can move it up, you can move it down, you can move it back, you can move it forward, and you also have some flexibility in rotating the shock mount. So shock mount can also move in this way or in this way, and you can always tighten it here. The shock mount also can move in this way or in this way, but obviously, as I said, it should be pointing upward and not at an angle. And your direction of your speaking should be directly perpendicular to the microphone. So this was just for demonstration. So I suggest you, when you're talking to the microphone, always put your pop filter on. So when you want to do the recording, all you need to do is to bring the mic towards yourself, and then you can just speak straight to the mic. Let's put this down for now. And just to show you what does cardioid pattern means. So when I'm speaking to the microphone and my mouth should be aligned. That's very important. The height of my mouth should be level with the mesh on the microphone. A bit lower, maybe somewhere here, that would be perfect. So you need to adjust the height, you need to adjust the arm, and then talk straight to the microphone. If you talk to the left of it or to the right of it or behind it, it would not record your sound properly. It has an advantage and disadvantage. As I just said, if you speak off center, it would not record properly, but it would at the same time would not record the ambient noise that could be surrounding me. So if there would be a noise to the back of the microphone or to the side of the microphone, this microphone, because it's a cardioid pattern microphone, would eliminate those noises. Now I will use a blower to show you how the polar pattern works on a cardioid condenser microphone. As you saw, you can still record from the back of the mic, but because of its cardioid pattern, when you move the sound source further from its back, it should reduce the sound considerably. Let's test. Now is the time to test the windscreen. First, we will try recording without the windscreen and then with a windscreen and see the difference. So now I'm talking with the wind blowing towards the microphone but without the windshield. So now it's the time to record with the windscreen on and with some wind. So now I'm recording with the windscreen on and with the wind. As you can see, I'm holding the wind pretty close. So let's see whether the windscreen actually reduces the noise from the wind. As you can see from the waveforms, the windscreen has reduced the noise from the wind considerably. So I would suggest you to use windscreen when you're in a windy environment. Now it's the time to test this microphone against Blue Yeti, which is an industrial standard. However, my Blue Yeti is an old microphone, maybe an old model, but still I will use it for a comparison. So I will repeat the same sentence twice, one recording with this microphone and the other recording with Blue Yeti, and see which one do you think is better. Let's get started. So this is recorded using Maono. This microphone can be connected to PS4, but it can't be connected to Xbox. Now it's time to test Blue Yeti. This microphone can be connected to PS4, but it can't be connected to Xbox. Some other features worth mentioning: frequency response of 20 Hz to 20 kHz, power requirement of 5 volt DC from the USB cable, sound to noise ratio of 74 decibel. I bought it for £80 from Amazon UK, and you can get it for $88 from Amazon USA. You can find the links in the description. It is a bargain for the quality of the recording and the number of accessories that it comes with. Also, please let me know in the comments what is the most important feature of this microphone for you.